Hi, my name is Bechtel. I'm doing a documentation for the week 5 project for, I can't remember what it's called, CSC 341 course. This is our API that we have created that is hosted on Render. It's a restaurant API. It has to do with orders, inventory, users, and administrator functionality management. And as we can see, I'm going to remember that we're going to showcase our get in all admin or manager level 2 endpoints. We can see that we already have a bunch of errors and other successful codes as well that are documented. We also have the same thing for like the post, update, and delete. And we have the same thing for user. We're going to test this endpoint here. Let's see, got error codes and success messages for that documented. Also, we got this started out, as you can see. I don't take a look at some real quick. String, okay, yep. That needs to get changed eventually, but basically, we already have it set up to where we can work with it. The orders, yeah, the same order, that kind of thing. We're going to test the post method on this one. Excuse me. Oof, Barbie. We're going to test the order post method with its various endpoints. We see you got documentation for that. Same thing for this. Just showing it off real quick. Inventory, same thing. For some reason, that one didn't have a documentation for the code, so I will make sure that they know that. But post method, it's got documentation for the error codes. We're going to test the body, post in the body on that one. We got the same thing for the get by ID, the update by ID, and the delete by ID. Go back up there. All right. And these are just extra schemas that, so you know, like what's me requested in the bodies, and that's what they're for. I will say that the ones that are they're not all there. There's like one or two that are missing. I think it's just one for the most part. Um, if they're labeled as required, they are for the post endpoints, and then if they are labeled as optional, they are for the put endpoints. Because sometimes there will be some fields that aren't needed to be filled out. We felt like it was necessary to just update like certain pieces of each field if we needed to. So we got that kind of set up. And that'll be showcased later on because that's more advanced logic. Oh, what is this about? User required. Okay, that's fine. That's not necessary, honestly. We don't have to showcase that all the way, but we're gonna look at what was it? It was this one. It was this one, this one, and this one, and okay, we're good. All right. So you got a basic idea. So I can see we were missing just one, and it was the user required thing. So, alrighty. So now to showcase the endpoints, I'm going to, I think I'm authenticated. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to check to see if I am authenticated already. First, I am. Okay, cool. So I'm currently logged in as an admin user. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and log out. So let's do that. Let's see. Do slash that one and do log out. So I'm going to log out. Just showcase it. All right, refresh. Okay, we got you're up, you're up, you're up, you're up. Okay. All right. So to make this work, navigate to the API docs. So you'd go here and you met with this page. And then if you're testing locally as a dev, you'd want to make sure that you got the local host server selected. Otherwise, you're testing on the website on good old public web. Just hit it on this one because this is what everything's running on. If I were to test this as not logged in, as you can see, if I were to test it out and not put anything in here, what's first going to do is say, I don't have access. So I know right off the bat, I need to be logged in to be using it. So let's log in. I'm going to log in as the user, to showcase that, it's going to have, I'm going to select all the scopes, authorize as a user, because the user access success, or auth user success in the URL there. And retry it. And let's just not put anything in there. Right off the bat, it says 403. That's because I'm logged in as a user and not an admin. And reason for that is in the code, we have it set up to where the op level has to be either 1 or 2 and not undefined. So if it was not 1 and not 2, and also it was undefined, actually I think I should do not 1 and not 2, and then or undefined. I'll have to look at the code again on that specifically, but we have it set up to where if you're not 1 or 2, you're not going to be able to do anything. So, all right, so let's now log in instead as the admin. So I got it here as OAuth admin, OAuth user. So I want to make sure that was clear. So I'm going to do it as an admin now. Select all, authorize. I'm going to click that link to go faster. Okay, I can go ahead and close that. I don't need that anymore. Alrighty, if I refresh this now, you'll see I'm now logged in as this. Alternatively, this would have said undefined. So that's why that changes. Okay, so now if I try it without putting anything in there, now I'm able to get past it, past the 403. And you can see I got a query with a 1 or a 2 inside this box to be able to find anything, because the purpose of it is to get all level 1 or level 2 records in the admin database, or in the restaurant database admin collection, let's put it that way. So I'm going to put in not 1, get the same error. How about not 2 and not 1? Okay, say 3, okay. If I did 3.1, same thing. So we got it all figured out to where we can do something like this. It's just a bad request is what it is. I'm going to change it to a 1. Okay. I get my records that have a 1. Let's try 2. I get records that have a 2 in the op level, and they're different. Like these display IDs are even different. I'll even show it. Go to admin. So we see that I have, see if I can filter. No? Okay. I'll figure that out later, how to actually do that. But, so you see like I have a level 2 here. Got that object ID, level 1 here, and that object ID. So it's only pulling certain parts if the op level is a certain thing. All right. So that's basically the admin get endpoint. And that is something that I did. I, Aaron Bechtel. So now for the user, get. Actually, I'm going to double check something, make sure I got that correctly. Let's see, this user, I got to double check. Yep, okay, I'm going to do the get user. So the get user, this was done by Keel. You couldn't join the video, so we're going to try it out, see what you can do. So remember, I'm now logged in as admin still. Hit execute. I can see all the user data, and you see that these don't have op levels in any of the fields. If I go here, this would be like for the customers. This is what this field, this collection is. These are all the customers. So I wanted to keep it separate from the admin, so we decided to do it this way. They're pretty much almost the exact same kind of thing because they can still authenticate themselves with Google, but we wanted to set it up in such a way that, you know, if you're a user, you know, don't have an op level, because you shouldn't be able to access any of the admin stuff anyway, but then the admin's going to have some kind of weird thing. And we just want to keep it separate too, because, you know, sometimes you can share customer logins, like credentials, accounts, and whatnot, between multiple restaurants. But say you have different managers in each restaurant, you want to have different accounts, and maybe they want different databases or something, you know. So yeah, just a thing like a franchise thing. So Alrighty, so that's the get all users. Now we're going to show the host. I would show the error codes, but you got it. Basically the same thing as the admin thing. So now I'm going to show posting. I'm going to do posting an inventory first, actually. Okay, this one was done by Austin Jensen, and he did a really good job, I'll say, getting us all figured out. So for the product name, let's say I try to execute it right now. I'm going to show some errors. See a 422 error. For some reason, we're just returning HTML. I got to figure out what's going on there. But yeah, we can figure that out later. But we know that it's trying to do something with this. So it's not, something's not right. And we see a 422 in the documentation. Data is not valid. So let's just fix that. Oh, let's see, product name. My guess is probably going to be a string. If I were to go to cancel schema, we can see product name. It's a string right there. So let's put in a string. Let's do, I don't know. Let's make it super expensive of $25. And we set price as integers. So if I did a .00, I'm going to see what happens. The stock also an integer, so I'm going to do 2.1, see what happens. And description is, I don't know, it's food. All right, execute. Let's see what we get. We get a 422. Don't quite know what the error is on that. We have to look into that. I think that wasn't all the way documented. So I'll have to figure out what's going on there. But we know that something's not right. My guess is it's probably this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to say it's this, because this has to be an integer. So let's do 21. Okay. So this does work like this. This means that it's 25 instead of 2500. So we get a response back, and yep, it shows there. I'm going to go and show it in the database just to show you. It's be inventory, pizza, it's food. See, there you go. Alrighty, now for the order. So this is going to have a bit more advanced logic at the end of it all. This is supposed to tie in from the users, not to the admin, because admins aren't customers. But we're going to tie it from the user and the inventory, and that's going to be a stretch for this whole challenge, or for this whole assignment. To pull both of that into the orders, we're still kind of getting there. User ID is going to be a reference to whatever user is ordering it by a customer. And then the item name is going to be this product name here. In the amount, we want it to be like a min or a max, but that's going to have to be a bit dynamic. So we'll have to figure that out. That's going to be more confusing. So yeah, that's a lot more advanced functionality. So I don't know. We'll probably leave that up to the end user of this API if anybody does that. So now to showcase post orders. Let's go and do it. Take a look at the schema first. Say the user ID needs to be a string, but it's actually going to be a hex string. So we're going to throw that out there. Item name is not string. It's supposed to be, actually it is string, yeah. And the amount is supposed to be an integer. I don't know why it's doing that. It's kind of weird how schemas work like this. Posting here, but let's try it out. All right, so I'm gonna do nothing. See what happens. I got a 422, and I think that's because it's empty. I think that's what the issue is. So maybe that's why it's doing that. So let's go ahead and put in an order ID. Well, how do we do that? Well, I don't think I did show this. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and execute this. Let's grab an order ID. I'm gonna grab Chucky B. Right there. Grab him. Okay. Okay. So we grab that ID, and I'm going to put it in here. Then I'm going to remove the 9 and put a, actually I'm going to do both 9s and put a period. Item name, we're going to do pizza. We're going to do an amount of 5. We're going to hit execute, and we're going to say 422. So it's not quite documented all the way, but the 422 is in response to this part right here not being a proper thing. So this, if I were to show it, I'll go and show it in the code. Go to, this was orders. Okay, this is the create order. Alrighty, let's see. So yeah, it's not quite done yet all the way. So this has been right here, validate schema, orders. Let's go here. Here we go, there we go. Okay, so user ID has to be a string. We're gonna determine any white space, make sure it's in there. And then we're gonna filter for only A through F, both lowercase and capitalized in case that was input in such a way. And then 0 through 9. This is to make sure that it is a hexadecimal. Make sure it's a minimum of 24 characters and a maximum of 24 characters. So, oh, I know why. I know why it's not doing that. Because we don't have the dot messages thing. That makes more sense. Okay. So that's why that's not working. Or not showing any errors, but that's just because they don't quite know about Joy yet, and I'm pretty intense on that. Oh, I forgot to mention. Order was done by Michael Tucker. He had to join our group due to some issues with his own group, so he decided to hop in. So I just want to clarify our group names. Our group members are myself, Aaron Bechtel, Michael Jensen, Will Keel, and Michael Tucker, just to clarify. Okay, so we know that this isn't right because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, counting the period. So it's not 24 characters. That's the first off. But it's doing this because it's got a period. It's doing the rejects first, and it failed that. So if I now do the 9, actually, let's just do, yeah, let's just do 9, 9 again. So we've got one extra character. It's cute. It's going to do the same thing, unprocessable. Now we just complete it. We get a response. So I'm going to go and do a little bonus step here. I'm going to do the get. The get by ID I don't think is 100% complete, but I'm going to go ahead and test it. Just be on the safe side. Yeah, okay. It wasn't complete yet, but the documentation is pretty much there. All right. Let's see. It would be the get all now. So let's see. We're going to see the pizza. Yep, there it is. It's right there. So yeah, we got our post working here. We got our get all working here. We have a get all working here, and at the same time, the post is also working. Just want to clarify that. Admin's working. This is just due to a schema, so ignore this error. It's not necessary. Admin is working. Post is working. Little bonus step. I'm gonna go and show mine. I did this part. Boy, did I have fun. I'm gonna change this one to admin. So I'm gonna try it out. Boop, boop. Change it up level, change it to 1. So I can just put it in one of these fields. Execute. And I get a response, and it shows me the updated information. So, yeah. And his profile URI was blank, so, and that's okay. In the posts, some of these fields are okay to have blank, like the L name. If you take a look here, this one says undefined for me, so it was okay to have that blank. If we didn't want to show a profile pic, like say the server had a default pic they wanted to use, we could do that. Yeah. So now if I get by 1, again, just make sure to see so it changed. He would have been here. Yep. Right there. There he is. So I moved him from database to database. In fact, I can even showcase it side by side. Go to admin. Let's see. Was Jensen Austin Picard. There, so he's a 1 now. If I change him to a 2. Oh, not there. That's right. Let's see, it's a put. Change it back to a 2. Execute. Change it to a 2 successfully. Yep. Go to the compass. You can see it's still a 1. we're going to see that he's going to change to a 2. So if I refresh, now 2. There we go. So yeah, that's pretty much how it works. So hopefully that's a pretty in-depth explanation of everything. I'm going to double check the rubric for our project to make sure that everything matches what we needed to do. And yeah, hopefully you like, hopefully you enjoy, and yeah. Okay, so let's see, I'm going to go ahead and refresh this because this error is just irrelevant at the moment. Okay, let's take a look at the requirements. I have so many web pages open, it's ridiculous. Alrighty, week 5. Progress 1. Okay, so has documentation on the API docs. Yep, we're able to test at least one endpoint successfully. In fact, we did above and beyond. I showcased multiple, and I wanted to do that for each user, or not each member of the team, to make sure they all got credit. And then, yep, we did really, really well, I think. We worked really hard on this, so hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah. All right. Well, see you guys later.